Daryl, I think as JJ went off into turn 1 and 2, going to see him right here. Car just took off with him.
Takes up out of the groove. Now he's, everybody's going to get by here. He's staying up next to the wall, Car's probably going to come to a slide down the hill. And bam, that number 10 car of Jason Schuler got into the back of Tony Raines. Raines was slowing down. Schuler what?
That was a hard lick right there.
And that happens 8 seconds after Yaley's initial crash. That's a long time. From Michael Waltrip.
There you see JJ up the hill. Car just stepped out on him. We saw him have a problem at Las Vegas. Remember when he raced there? He couldn't get going on the start of the race. Car wasn't very comfortable for him. Hadn't had a lot of experience in traffic like this.
Yaley crashes. Jason, they'll be back on the lead lap.
You can watch this now. Watch the 15 of Brian Eichler. He's going to slide up the racetrack, make contact with David Starr in the 24. Now look at all the smoke. We can see Mike Skinner. Mike Skinner couldn't see anything but smoke.
He clipped the 24 truck a little bit, it looked like.
Got through it. You see the 30 made some contact, or had some contact made from the 13. The 17 of Timothy Peters also with some damage to that truck.
Watch this black truck down on the bottom. He doesn't have any prayer of getting underneath that 24 truck, so he goes high and makes it.
Did he lock the brakes up?
It looks like he locked the brakes up, and that's what turned that truck right, and it worked out for him.
Take another look.
This is what Mike Skinner right here saw.
Or didn't see.
I got the 30. 30's on the outside.
He just knows that.
In front of it.
Wow. He just knows that 24 truck's going to come straight down.
Feeling this is really going to help him extend this if he's going to make it with 75 laps.
Yeah, you see right here, he's in the middle of all these leaders.
And the leaders are just getting impatient. They just don't want to mess around and get way in the back of the pack. And looks like Mike just got in the back of him just a little too much right there.
At this stage of the race, these guys on the lead lap are not going to have a lot of patience with these guys that are not on the lead lap.
Now,
Keep coming, spin behind this.
This is definitely the point of the race where tempers are starting to flare and these guys are getting anxious.
Bliss in 8th spot, Mike.
Here, this is what you always worry that doesn't happen, that you don't want to happen.
When he tried to correct it, he just gets right into the left rear of his teammate Ricky Rudd in that 88 car. Hard lick to the inside wall. But he just got very loose as he came up off the exit of turn 4, Gilliland did.
I guarantee you, Gilliland is already apologizing to Robert before they ever start, before they ever hit the wall.
Yeah. Last week's winner, Casey Mears, get again.
It's going to take us down inside 10 to go. Thing, just look at it, steps out on Donnie. He held on to it for a long time.
Elliott Sadler get by on the inside. There's Taylor Malsom.
Great job by Taylor
smoke
Malsom
right now.
He didn't panic. He and Skinner both just hung out, let off the gas, coasted, didn't do anything aggressively, and waited for the track to clear, and it did. Unfortunately for Donnie Leah, it cleared into the inside wall.
So our 6th caution of the night. This time it's Donnie Leah that brings it out, and it's a one-truck incident.
There's another view. He's just going to get gradually looser until he loses the back end. Watch this now. When he hits the inside wall with the front of that truck, he's on the brakes. You see him holding the throttle, nailing the throttle to keep that truck from back into the outside wall. Now he's holding the brakes. He makes contact with the inside wall, and he's holding the brakes. But when he's going to let off the brakes, and then the truck is going to back in to the inside wall. Had he not let off the brakes, he wouldn't have had any damage to the back of that truck. Boy, it looked a little more precarious from that position for the 5 and the 56 than it did from the other view.
See, the 14 car got his all torn up on the right side. He goes down here underneath him. It's hard to stay underneath the guy. You just got to have that. You need that room to slide up. Compton didn't give it to him, and he didn't do anything wrong. Not that Compton did anything wrong, but you've got to go in there low. You got to have room to slide up.
Here's a different angle.
See, Steve's going to try to clear him and slide in front of him, but he doesn't quite get there.
Again, we want to stress Stacy Compton was trying to get to the high side of the racetrack. He didn't do anything wrong
Oh,
in the
no.
14 car.
No, that's the problem with this racetrack. There's nowhere to go. You can't get out of the way.
Oh, Jimmy Spencer just got through there.
That's when I'd be hauling at my spotter, because I'm sure the spotter told him to go high. Oh, that's a shame.
It is a shame. There you see Ricky Craven, just nowhere to go. Jeff Gordon in the 24. Jimmy Johnson going all the way to the bottom of the racetrack. Pit road will be very busy, Matt Yoakum.
See what happens. Let's watch for Tracy Hines, the number 13 Chevrolet. Looks like he might have got a tap from the 18 of Chase Montgomery right near the start-finish line.
My truck.
See, Joey Miller turned around and he made some contact with a 77 of Brendan Gaughan.
That's so hard to tell when you see the tire come off like that. I don't know if it's because of low air pressure right there when he got spun.
There's another view. That's after the contact, if there was some. Sometimes, though, if the tire came off, Tracy may have backed out of the throttle, and that may have caused the contact, if there was any contact.
Yes.
Tracy's already around. He makes some pretty hard contact with the outside wall. Joey Miller got turned around in the aftermath. Unfortunately made some contact with the 77 Jasper.
There's Yaley up on the outside, and he gets woed up right here behind the 4 car of Wimmer, I believe, and the 26 comes up the hill.
Boy, Robbie Gordon in the 7 just gets by, but Kenny Schrader in the 21 does not. Joe Nemechek in the 01.
What happened here? The 4 car kind of gets in JJ's way. He has to lift, and here comes the 26 car of McMurray with nowhere to go but into him, and around he goes, and these guys, they're just along for the ride.
Let's ride with Kenny Schrader. This won't be any fun.
This ought to hurt. Listen to this.
Hold on to it, bud. Hold on to it.
Triple header.
You know, Scott Wimmer in the 4 car that checked up, he was one of those